male magitu na kamen, hejro male bomana pinjana, começou chavolo romano, saco di campo messo romano.
27 American students signed up to a study abroad program, Project New Eyes, and headed to a small town in the southern Bohemian part of Czech Republic. This is Steve Sternfeld, the head of the program.
There are easy lessons and hard ones, bad ones, good ones, and okay ones. There you can learn to speak, to play, to sleep, to wake up, to love, and even to get mad. There are tests all the time, but no one fails. No one can quit at age 10, 15, or 20 and take a break. You never stop learning, and what you don't know is always more important than what you already do. This school is the whole world, as big as it gets. Open your eyes, and you too will succeed.
So what was it that made it so different?
Well, from day one, American students moved in with their Czech families, figured out a way to communicate with them, began to teach English in various places, and on top of all of that, began to work at different internships all around town.
And that's sort of like the philosophy of the program. It's like we've put you with a family, we've put you in a school, we've put you in a business, we've put you in a town. Like, it's not a bricklayer, it's a baker, right? It's a quality engineer. Like, those are your teachers. They're all over the place. I mean,
Some of these Americans were graduate students.
Some of them were undergrads. Some students needed experience in teaching atmosphere.
Some students were writers.
Some students were filmmakers.
Some students were travelers.
Some were kids.
Some were adults.
In fact, some were there just to get university credit.
The point is, they all came from different backgrounds.
In fact, Project New Eyes was different than other programs because it allowed American students the opportunity to not only teach in Czech schools, but become a part of the community. This is Igor. He's studying to be a teacher.
Like if I were to take a trip to the Czech Republic to teach English or to just hang out, I wouldn't end up in an orphanage and I wouldn't have the opportunity to go to schools. The town probably wouldn't be as nice to me, and I probably wouldn't get to meet the teachers or anyone else. So I think the opportunity to come in where it's set up with a program and you can talk to the schools and they want you to come in and you can live at the orphanage and they cook meals for you. That's not really something I can do on my own.
Igor lived in Dětský dom, an orphanage 10 miles outside of Susice.
They gave him an apartment on the 3rd floor of the building. Every morning he taught in the neighborhood school that the kids of the orphanage attended.
He would eat lunch with them, hang out with them, and in the evenings, he would take long walks around the town and explore the community.
So I think what I get from the program is the opportunity to live at an orphanage and hang out with kids and teach English and learn how I teach English.
But that was Igor's experience.
So although everybody did live in Czech Republic and everybody did teach, they all lived with different families, taught at different schools.
One American girl lived outside of town and helped on a farm.
Another American student lived downtown. Some students lived with Czech families that owned cars and lived in large houses,
while others lived in small apartments in the center of town and walked to work.
In other words, because of their surroundings, every student experienced the program differently. This is Joe teaching elementary students. This is Ray helping Czech teachers with their lesson plans.
This is Brian delivering baked goods at 4 in the morning. This is Jonathan at a family barbecue.
This is Brendan volunteering at a synagogue. He helped the local Jewish community by translating historical material. This is all of them at dinner, Czechs and Americans.
It was a festival celebrating the town.
And this is how it happened. Some were writers, some were computer programmers.
Some were young, some were old.
There was a lawyer, there was a waiter, there was a baker.
And a few of them were mothers.
A few were fathers.
And yes, some were even filmmakers.
There was a town and there was a community.
But all of them were teachers.
And all of them were students. This is the story of Project New Eyes 2007.
So, what will be the story of 2008?